Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. My name is Ihsan Yassin from UITM Malaysia. My co-researchers are Mr. Megat Syahirul Amin Megat Ali from UITM, Azli Zabidi from University Malaysia Pahang, and Prof. Dr. Noritawati Muhammad Tahir from UITM. Our project is entitled REN2REN. This project is particularly related to real estate agents. Real estate agents are individuals whose work is to represent their clients in either purchasing or selling property in Malaysia. And one of the major challenges for real estate agents is that they rely very heavily on their personal networks and online apps to match potential clients with properties. So their job is to either find a property for a buyer or find a buyer for a property for a seller, for property that they represent. The process is quite tedious and expensive because all of the websites that I've listed above, such as Mudah, iProperty, and Property Guru, they charge premium fees to advertise on their websites. So what we are proposing is a new system called REN2REN, which hopefully would help real estate agents in matching potential buyers with property or matching potential sellers with buyers. The proposed solution is to design a system that assists RENs by automatically matching clients with potential properties based on the client's specs. So in REN2REN, you can, as a real estate negotiator, real estate agent, you can put in your buyer information and their property preferences such as location, price, per square feet, the built-up area, and also the property type. And if you have a seller who wants to sell their property, you can also enter your property details inside here. What's special about our algorithm, our system, is that we have an algorithm called Matcha, which can automatically match clients with potential properties. And basically, it makes the search for property as a buyer much easier, and selling property is also made much easier. The idea is that we don't charge premium fees to advertise in REN2REN, and because of this, we expect much more fair system compared to what's in the market right now. Additionally, we also have integration with WhatsApp, where the agent can contact their buyers and also other agents easily, because WhatsApp is integrated inside the system. So what you can do is you can click on a WhatsApp icon in the system. I will demonstrate this later, and you will be taken to a page that you can contact the buyer or the other real estate negotiators directly. A little bit on the methodology. What's bit challenging about this is the entity relationship diagram, which we use to design the database. The development of the code was done using PHP, using software called PHP-REN. PHP-REN is a minimum code development platform, means that it automates a lot of things involved in software design to make life easier for programmers basically. So the codes are written in PHP and JavaScript, and the database was implemented using MySQL. This is an overview of how it works. I will show a live demonstration later. Basically here what we have is a bunch of buyers which we can enter inside the system, and we also can add properties inside the properties that we represent. This means that when we have a seller, we have the property that wants to sell his or her property, we can put that into REN2REN as well. Okay. And once we have these two, the algorithm called matcha will be used to match the buyer and also the property automatically. Okay, so basically when you click on matcha, it will automatically find properties that are fulfill your buyer specifications, and if you have a potential property for sale, you can contact the buyer directly using WhatsApp, and also you can contact the selling agent directly using WhatsApp. This is especially important for rents because they operate on a mechanism called COA, if I'm not mistaken, where they share the commission if an agent has a buyer and another agent has a seller. So they share the commission. Because of this, because of the WhatsApp button, it will be very easy for them to negotiate the COA if necessary. This project has been registered with my IPO, copyright registered with my IPO. That's the number, and we have the website as well. I will go to the website a little bit later and show you how the system works. The project has been presented at Nilai Harta Sdn Bhd, a real estate company based in Shah Alam. The project has been completed, and I'm currently actively looking for potential adopters of the technology. Okay, so let's go to the demonstration. If you visit REN2REN.com.my, you will see this website. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see this part of the website where you can test the system out. This is to encourage potential users to test out the system before they use it. So in the demo system, we have 3 users, user 1, user 2, and user 3. And those below that are the login information that you can use to log into the demo system. Okay, so if you click on this, you go to here. Okay, let's log in using the first user. Okay, so we have this interface here where we have credits up top, and we have what you say, list of buyers, number of buyers that you have in the system, and also the number of properties that you are representing in the system. Rent-to-rent, it can also be used for rental properties. Same concept, but instead of buyers and properties to be sold, you have renters and properties to be let out. Okay. Let's look at this menu here for purchase. We have my buyers. So inside my buyers, you can add new buyers to your list by clicking on add new buyer. Okay. You can put in names of people. Okay. Okay. Email, let's say abu@gmail.com. This is the preferred type of property that the buyer wants. So basically, usually buyers, what they want is depends on them. Some are looking for apartments, some are looking for bungalows. So we can, there's a lot of options here. Say just send cluster. Budget, what's his maximum budget? So let's say if he's looking for, let's say 600,000 ringgit worth of property. Build up area, some buyers want a small house, some buyers want a big house. This is the maximum, the minimum build up area. So let's say minimum is 1,000 square feet. For location, you can choose a location that you want, maybe in Pahang, somewhere in Jerantut maybe. And if you look down here, you can see a few alternative areas. Sometimes when you can't find a property, let's say in Kuala Lumpur, you can look for alternative areas near Kuala Lumpur, such as Gombak or Selayang, things like that. Yes. The property types, you can also put alternative property types. There's one in here, up here, which is preferred, but this one is alternative. If you can't find, let's say, a bungalow, you may look for a semi-D or so on and so on. Any notes you can put here. And if you click submit, this person will be added to your list. Same goes with properties. You have properties that you represent. Okay, this is where you know, or the seller, you know the seller, or the seller has contacted you wanting to sell his property. So whenever a seller wants to sell their property, they can put it here. You can put it here, add your property, so on and so forth. Similar concept. After you put your property and your buyers, you can click on matcha for the system to automatically link your property with potential buyers, and link your buyers with potential property. And as I mentioned before, integration with WhatsApp allows an easy way to contact your buyers and your agents. Okay, so this is a fake number, so this is why it's here. Basically, if you have a real number here, it will show the page where you with the WhatsApp contact, where you can contact the person directly. Okay, let's see how matcha works. Okay, as you see here, we have my properties, and this agent 1, is selling 3 houses. Okay, one is an apartment and 2 bungalows. And this bungalow, let's say, is worth 1.7 million. Okay, and it's located in Shah Alam, Selangor. Okay, so let's say if another agent 2 has a buyer, and he wants to look for properties that matches the buyer's requirements. Okay, so let's log out from here and go into user 2. Okay, user 2's account. Okay, log in. Okay, so in Matcha here, before we start, let's look for this is the Matcha results. Okay, only 3. Let's put in a new buyer that has the same requirements as the bungalow from agent 1. So add new buyer, agent ID, name, let's say Ihsan Yassin 018. This is my number, so you can use this one as an example. Okay. So let's say we prefer a bungalow, same with the property listed by agent 1. Okay, bungalow, and I have a budget of approximately 2 million, so more than enough compared to the house price, which is 1.7 mil. And the minimum build up area you can specify here. If you have a preference, you want the house to be, let's say, 3,000 square feet, you can put here. If not, just put 0, and Matcha will match everything that the house area, the build up area, more than 0, which is essentially everything. The buyer prefers to have the house in Selangor, with the preferred area being Shah Alam, which is the location of the bungalow in section 1 and in agent 1's account. So let's look for Shah Alam. Okay. And if you have a few other alternative locations, you can put it in here also. Okay. And also property types. Okay, so some notes if it's necessary. Submit. So you have a new buyer here looking for a bungalow in Shah Alam with the budget of 2 million ringgit. So when you click on Matcha, you can see that the 4th entry here, okay, linking your buyer, agent 2's buyer, with the bungalow in agent 1's account. Okay, it's done automatically. Okay, so Matcha only shows the properties that matches your buyer's preference automatically. So you don't need to go look for it in iProperty. You don't need to go look for it in Mudah. You just have to click on Matcha, and every property that other agents enter and you enter that matches the buyer's preference is matched automatically. Okay, so what's left now is to inform the buyer whether he would like to purchase this property or not. Okay, and you can contact the agent also. You can contact the agent also here to negotiate, let's say, sharing of the commission and so on and so forth. So everything is easy. What you need to do is enter the buyer and click on Matcha. See if anything turns out, and you can contact the agent for the property, agent 1, and also the buyer that you have easily. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you very much. I hope you can consider this for an award in ISC 2020. Thank you very much.